Hi guys, welcome back to Defi Daily. Today I want to talk about the influencer trap. I don't know if you know what does it mean, but this is something that I truly believe we should start to talk about, specifically into this market condition that is so delicate, because it is undeniable that influencers are playing a big role, are a big driver into this market, from one side to spread ideas, to spread the knowledge, but on the other side are also a major risk. Because unfortunately, as I will explain to you in a moment, we are most of the time wrong. And I will explain why we are wrong and how we should approach this kind of topic. Most of all, I will also share with you a couple of data that are explaining, are the demonstration, the perfect demonstration on how it is difficult and how even the best one can be completely wrong, and how we have to defend ourselves in order to avoid to be a victim of the influencer trap. Just before to start, guys, remember that if you enjoy this content, something that is so important for us, and I would be really grateful if you do it, is if you leave a big thumbs up and drop a comment. It really means a lot and can help also other people to retrieve this content. And remember that this channel is about educational content and not financial advice. And this sentence that I know that you have been hearing it so many times, but that's the essence of what does it mean speaking on YouTube or on Twitter. I'm not saying it because I have to. Yes, obviously I have to, so I'm saying it. But on the other side, it is something that is probably the most important sentence that you will ever heard into any channel. And the reason is because you need to know that what I'm saying, and also all the other people that are sharing their ideas on Twitter and on YouTube, they are simply sharing their knowledge, nothing more. I don't have the power to forecast the future, and I don't have this ability. That's nothing that I can say about it. And the same applies also to the people that are into the market maybe by more cycles than me. Also them will be wrong most of the time, because we are not here to be right. We are here to exchange ideas, to share knowledge, because that's the only way that we can grow this market. The main difference between most of the users, most of the audience that is just listening, and us that are talking, is that we spend most of our day, most of the week, 365 days per year, just studying all the day what's going on into the market. That's the reason why most of the time we know something more. But it doesn't mean that we are right. We are just simply sharing what we know. And I want to bring you this example. It is coming from one of the most famous and also quite well-prepared expert about DeFi, cryptos, and so on. He is Aram, but that's not important who he is, because the same applies to any other. I'm just using his post for the simple reason that in this case we have the numbers to analyze what happened starting from the moment when he published. That's a demonstration that even if the person that is talking is the best one, even him can be wrong. In this case, what I find out from this user, shitcoin minimalist, that he's quite aggressive, but that's quite a good input. In this case, he's sharing how the different tokens that was supposed to be the best performers into the 2022 are performing for real, so into these first 6 months. In this case, as you can see, most of the different cryptos and tokens are down from a minimum of 50% to a maximum of 93%. So we have most of the overperformer, or let's call it overperformer, that are down so massively. And I want to add that these numbers that we are seeing are referring to tokens, cryptos that were considered secure. Let me say that obviously when anyone is saying something like secure, talking about cryptos or DeFi, are simply saying that are less risky because the risk is intrinsic into this kind of industry. Nothing is safe. We have been stable coins going down, and I'm not only talking about USD and algorithmic stable coins. We are talking about stable coins, centralized stable coins, or any kind of service can go down because this industry is an experimental industry and this is just into the early phase where everything can happen. This is on the other side the final result when we are talking about the more risky assets. We are seeing something like this is going from 80% to 90%, 95%. That's quite impressive. And here on the right, you have also a summary with an overall loss on average that is around 80% against Bitcoin that has gone down 41%. This is also the demonstration on how in a bear market having Bitcoin as a defense for yourself is a good strategy. On the other side, obviously, it's a good strategy compared to altcoins, but in a bear market it's quite much more powerful and makes much more sense having stable coins and be liquid on the market in order to be ready to enter in the moment when the market will bottom, because nothing goes down forever. I'm sharing with you this data not to criticize anyone, because I really appreciate the job of the person that has been sharing his ideas and so on, but just to explain how even the best one can be wrong. Anyone can be wrong. We are not here to predict the future. For example, I want to share two channels that I'm following. For example, I'm following Benjamin Cowen and Alessio Rastani in the moment when we are talking about analysis that are connected to what's going on into the market. But even in that case, what I know is that what they are sharing is not the truth. Because I don't know if you have been ever following them, but what they are saying every time, guys, we are just talking about probabilities. And that's something that we should always have clear in our mind. Nobody will be right. As you have seen in this case, the best performer are down by 95%. That's an insane loss. And the reason is because this market is unpredictable. Nobody can predict it. We are not here to forecast which crypto will succeed or not. We're just here to share ideas and try, based on some kind of analysis, to understand which crypto or which asset can perform better or not. But that's just a matter of probability. Even if something has a probability of 95% to succeed, there is still a 5% of probability that it can fail. And this 5% of probability, sooner or later, will happen. And it's not a matter, oh my God, I'm so unlucky, I'm so unfortunate that I have found out this 5%. I'm just the unlucky person that is losing money. That's not the point. In the moment when we are entering into this market, we need a strategy in order to manage the risk, in order to be ready. Whatever scenario will be happening, we will have a strategy in order to survive into the long term. This market, even if right now is in red and everything is going down massively, sooner or later it will be able to recover, or at least that's what I'm thinking. Talking about probabilities, I think that we can be quite confident that the market is here to stay. Obviously, there is nothing that is secure 100%, not even in this case, but we can be quite confident. On the other side, what is quite unpredictable is which of these cryptos will succeed. I want to share what happened in 2018. Look at the different layer ones that were into the top 100 in 2018. We had NEM, we have Stellar, we have NEO, IOTA, EOS, Tron, and so on. And most of them are not the winners of this new cycle. As you can see here, if you try to check what are the main DeFi layer ones that are winning, we are talking about Ethereum, obviously. After that, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, that is a new project, Solana is a new project, Polygon, Phantom, Kronos, Arbitrum, and so on. All of these are new projects. We knew nothing about them just a couple of years ago. And the same applies for projects like EOS. I don't know if you have been following it since the beginning. I was participating into this ICO, and the whole crypto community was thinking that this project was great. And I'm mentioning this for the simple reason that one story is trying to understand what's happening to the market with some kind of math, like is doing, for example, Benjamin Cowen or Alessio Rastani. They are doing mostly technical analysis. Another story is try to judge a project from a quality point of view. And that's the reason why, for example, this rank was quite wrong, or better, the whole market crashed, and obviously projects that are not Bitcoin and all the different altcoins are suffering much more than others. And that's something that we should take in account. Evaluating a project from the fundamentals point of view, it is something that is so difficult. And more specifically, during a bear market, as we have heard many times, bear market is for builders. And the reason is because in this market phase, we are building the fundamentals to what will succeed into the next cycle. The problem is that most of the projects that are building right now are under radar, and we know nothing about them. We will discover step by step. And that's the reason why, from one side, influencers, it is undeniable, can't be always right. Most of the time they will be wrong. On the other side, it is much more probable to have an influencer that is knowing, that is discovering a new project than another user, for the simple reason that they are spending more time in this market. And everything that influencer, people that are talking, that are spreading ideas into this market, is not in order to tell you what you have to do or not. It's just to share ideas, because the only way to be updated on what's going on into this market is finding out what are the under radar knowledge, the under radar projects, and what's going on that maybe you don't know. And the same applies for me and to anyone. Nobody will always have the overall view on the market. Each of us is having just a small niche that we are looking for. But if we are able to discuss together, to share ideas, we will be able to cover everything that is happening in the market, and we will be able to catch the next gem in the moment when it will come out. What I want to say also is that the reason why I'm having this chart still open by EOS is that fundamentals can change during the time. And even if a project looks like great at a certain phase, it doesn't mean that it will be able to succeed long term. And this is something that will happen exactly also to EOS. EOS at the beginning pumped a reaching price of $24. And everybody was thinking that's a great project. The team was great. They have been the greatest ICO that we ever had. They have been able to collect something like $3 billion. But on the other side, after that, the price simply fell, and it has been never been able to recover again. Into this bull market cycle, we have seen a price of $14, but not new all-time high. And now, as you can see from this chart, the price is much lower than where it was in the minimum of the previous cycle. And we are not yet even at the bottom of this cycle. So as you can see, trying to forecast which project will succeed for a fundamental point of view, it is impossible. That's the reason you don't have to fall into the influencer trap. Try to use influencer just to accumulate new knowledge, to find out something, try to make questions, try to suggest your ideas. Something that is so valuable that also I really appreciate is if you write something sharing your ideas about the project that you prefer, if you have any other thought about what we are talking about into the comment section. That's obviously something that I appreciate from one side because you are helping me with the algorithm of YouTube. But on the other side, this is the way to share ideas and to find a way out from this situation. This is quite a difficult situation because the market is bleeding and everything is going down. And the only way that we have to be ready is keep staying into the market and keep talking each other, keep spreading the knowledge, and everyone will be able to find out a small part of this market, but if we are able to collect all of them together, putting together different pieces, that's something that will make the difference. Guys, let me know what you think about this topic. This is something that it has been a while since I was willing to share with you my thoughts about this topic. I hope to help you to better understand how we feel in the moment when we are speaking and why we are saying certain things like it's not a financial advice, what does it mean for real, and how this market is so unpredictable that we are not really here to forecast. Nobody can forecast nothing. We are not here to be wrong or right. We are just here to talk, to share ideas, and I truly hope to be useful to you in order to help you to better understand what's going on. Guys, let me know what you think. Remember, leave a big thumbs up or subscribe if you are new to this channel. And yes, guys, I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye.